The two men are standing close to each other, imitating the way a husband and wife might stand while proudly watching their child do something significant. The men sing that they are the child's, quote,
This guy's such a loser. Who gives a shit, man? Who's sitting here watching kids shows, being like breaking it down and analyzing? Yes, this is too gay. This one here in Coco Melon is too gay. Go get a hobby. What the f is this? This is stupid. Have you heard that the gays are coming for your kids? It's true, it's true. This guy, Fight for Truth, is speaking the truth, as it were, about kids shows and how they're transifying and gayifying your kids. It's crazy. It's insane, really. I will say, I watch a lot of Sesame Street on account of my job, home care. My client watches a lot of Sesame Street, so I kind of like imbibe a little bit of it. And I will say, Sesame Street is surprisingly like queer representative. Like they have, I forget what his name is. This one guy who wears like a straight up dress in one episode. They like have dudes wear tutus and shit. Like it's great. There's a great diversity of cast. Like everything that you can think of that, you know, the conservatives would call woke, basically Sesame Street has it in there. Except for one episode. It was called Cookie Hood. That was the episode where Cookie Hood, who was basically just a Cookie Monster puppet with a green hat on, steals people's cookies and then redistributes them. It was really stupid. But other than that, it's generally pretty good. Yeah, and Gonzo's non-binary, correct. Because Gonzo's literally an alien and it probably doesn't have human, you know, things. Anyway, LGBT messaging hidden in kids shows. I wanted to show you guys the thumbnail because it's just so damn good. It is a banger thumbnail, I must say. So let's take a look at what's going on here.
Hey guys, Colin here, and welcome back to Fight for Truth. In this video, we're going to talk about the dark truth of modern children's TV shows. You see, most well-meaning traditional parents think that they're doing...
Right off the bat, this dude looks like he's straight out of like a Catholic high school, like an all-boys Catholic high school. This is coming from somebody who went to an all-boys Catholic high school. Like it looks like he literally just graduated and is going into like his bioengineering degree where he'll inevitably fail and then pick up YouTube as a career where he becomes a conservative grifter. I wonder if I just described his life story. That'd be crazy if I did.
A good job at protecting their children. After all, they don't take them to drag queen story hours. They don't leave them with adults that aren't trustworthy. They take them to church and faithfully teach them right from wrong. But what if I told you that there's something out there that will likely have a much greater effect on your young, impressionable child's mind than all of these things put together, at least in the short term? Something that most parents aren't even paying attention to.
Get out your bingo cards. We got like, well, obviously he mentioned being gay. That's too easy. But like, will he have any religious dogma? Will he, you know, say that the West is falling? Will he say that there's like forced representation, forced diversity, whatever? Pull out the bingo cards if you have them, because it is time. It is time. Once again, we're back. We're back in it, boys, girls, and MBs. We're back. This is what it's all about.
Entertainment. You see, when your child's mind is developing, they will be much more willing to watch a TV show than, say, listen to a sermon or memorize a Bible verse. It's very normal, and the pagan world knows this, and if you're not careful, they will use it against you to terrible willing to watch a TV show than, say, listen to a sermon or memorize a Bible verse. It's very normal, and the pagan world knows this, and if you're not careful, they will use it against you to terrible effect.
Queen Laura, get out! I cast you out. How dare you indoctrinate our youth? Disgusting.
For years, the secular leftists have taken over the world of entertainment in general, but kids' entertainment is certainly no exception.
Dude, he was emanating religious vibes. I could smell it through the screen. Disgusting.
And the goal is to use this influence to persuade your children to agree with them.
That's a bar, Shauna. That's a whole-ass bar right there. His hair screams square. You're right.
Even at your expense. Don't believe me? Here are some examples. First, we have Ada Twist Scientist, a Netflix show marketed to very young children. Barack and Michelle Obama are executive producers. It follows Ada Twist, an 8-year-old scientist, and her friends as they go through life and learn new things. Here's a clip of the show in which the children attend the...
as opposed to my favorite kids show, Ada Twist Scientologist. Much better for kids. A black woman scientist? I think not. Forced diversity.
The gay wedding of one of their teachers.
Oh
Watch
no.
This.
Cherry Chip reporting from the wedding
Oh God!
of the year. Everyone's favorite karate instructor, Sensei Dave,
No!
will be marrying
How
mixed
could they
martial
do
arts
this?
champion Jiu-Jitsu Joe.
He's the undisputed champion of my heart.
Good hustle, team.
Damn.
We just might pull this off. Whoa, oops. Sorry, Sensei Dave.
Careful, Rosie. Miss Chen, can we take a quick break?
You got it, lovebirds.
An interracial gay couple.
For your
No.
big day?
I can't wait to
Make it
kick
stop.
things off.
Is that George Takei? I don't know, but I do definitely recognize the voice. Or is it Takei? My white ass. Takei. There he is. Takei,
Here's
sorry.
a clip of the show
I should
in
probably
which the
pronounce
children
that
attend
correctly.
the gay wedding of one of their teachers. Watch this.
Cherry Chip reporting from the wedding of the year.
I can't
God,
wait
no.
to kick things off.
Thanks for making our special day happen.
We all wanted to help. The seating chart says she's in the front row, so she'll have a perfect view of the ceremony. Can we help with anything else?
Well, there is one thing, actually. Could you collect everyone's phones and tablets when they come in?
We want to make sure everyone is paying attention.
To us.
We want to make sure everybody sees the gay.
I do.
I definitely do.
Oh
Now
my.
pronounce you husband and husband. You may kiss the groom.
Cool.
Yay!
That's
So,
awesome.
despite the fact that so-called gay weddings are only a teeny tiny percentage of all
Okay, off with that though. Who cares? It's still a wedding ceremony. Stop this. Stop this. You would have zero problem. You would admit this, by the way. You would have zero problem with this if it were a man and a woman doing exactly the same thing. This is just sexism against men, mind you. Gay men, sure, but you're saying that a woman can marry a man, but a man is not allowed to marry a man. Disgusting. How dare you? I can marry a man if I want.
This show has made a concerted effort to normalize these things for young children. Biblical Christianity and world history clearly show us that marriage is between one man and one woman. Genesis
Okay, f that. I don't care. Just tell me the reason that I should care.
2:24. Anything else is not marriage at all by its very definition.
Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Huh. You know, that reminds me of another line. When a man sells his daughter as a slave, she will not be freed at the end of 6 years as the men are. If she does not satisfy her owner, he must allow her to be bought back again. But he is not allowed to sell her to foreigners, no, since he is the one who broke the contract with her. But if the slave's owner arranges for her to marry his son, he may no longer treat her as a slave, but as a daughter. Beautiful. Yeah, what a great book that you thrust upon the youth. I'd much rather my kids read that shit than watch a very wholesome ceremony. It's just a ceremony celebrating two people who love each other. That's all it is.
Definition. Yet this show and its producers, Barack and Michelle Obama, they've gone out of their way to legitimize it. More than that, the children in the show are intimately involved in the ceremony. When the men kiss each other, the children say, "Aw," as if to say, "Oh, that's so cute and sweet." And the show...
Which they would do for a cis-het couple. Exactly the same thing they would do for a cis-het couple. Kids are allowed at cis-het couples. Why not gay couples? Marriages.
Even pronounces them, quote, husband and husband in direct mockery of the traditional Christian wedding ceremony developed in the West.
That's not a mockery, by the way. That's just literal. Like, unless you want to call one of them a wife. Probably not too keen on calling men women, but hey.
An isolated example. No, popular kids show Cocomelon recently did something very similar. But this show is for even younger children, and it uses catchy music, dynamic colors, and movements to keep kids engaged. Here's a clip from the show in which a cross-dressing boy dances for his two gay dads. No, I'm not kidding. Watch this.
We know about you. You love to get up and dance. How about you break out those moves for your two biggest fans?
Okay. Breaking. If you are a man standing next to another man, you're not allowed to watch your child dance. Vosh. It was Vosh. Vosh and the black guy who's got the same haircut that every other black guy in media has.
You're not sure what to choose. Think about all the things you like to do. Just be you.
Just be me?
Yep.
True. Wait, there's nothing wrong with this messaging.
Think about all the things you like
Boosh!
to do. Just be you.
Just be me!
So first of all, we have some pretty direct messaging here. The two men are standing close to each other, imitating the way a husband and wife might stand while proudly watching their child do something significant. The men sing that they are the child's, quote,
This guy's such a loser. Who gives a shit, man? Who's sitting here watching kids shows, being like breaking it down and analyzing? Yes, this is too gay. This one here in Coco Melon is too gay. Go get a hobby. What the is this? This is stupid.
Fans. This intentionally
have anybody actually thought about what he's doing?
As loving and normal, as opposed to sinful and unnatural, which is what Christians.
For this reason, God gave them up to dishonorable passions, for their women exchanged natural relations for those that are contrary to nature. And the men likewise gave up natural relations with women and were consumed with passion for one another, men committing shameless acts with men and receiving in themselves the due penalty for their error. Well, they certainly received something within themselves, I'll say that much.
Christians are told to think of it. See Romans 1. And their so-called son appears wearing the clothing of a little girl as he prances around. In response to this, the men sing to him, saying that whenever the boy feels confused or anxious, the solution is to, quote, just be himself. And of course they say that.
Judges 11 is Jephthah, such a dumb name, sacrificing his daughter because he promised Yahweh. Nice. I also endorse direct mockery of this mentality. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Why are you wasting time, man? Do anything else.
Christianity says that cross-dressing is wrong, no matter how much you want to do it. Deuteronomy 22.
A woman shall not wear a man's garment, nor shall a man put on a woman's cloak, for whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God. But why? But why should I care? They never give me a reason to care. They're just like, well, see, I've studied the Bible, which I used to be in this mentality, by the way, so like I get it. But it's just like, no, the Bible is the Bible. Like it is the rule book that I follow, that you must follow. I don't need a reason for it to be good. It's here. It's in the Bible. And the Bible is, well, the Bible. So you have to follow it. Just not the bad passages, like, selling your daughter into sex slavery. Not that one. But don't follow that, but follow this one, because this is the one that I like.
5, and that men and women should present themselves as masculine or feminine, respectively, in reverence to God's natural design for them. But a homosexual so-called marriage is already in direct denial of what is good and natural. And or it shouldn't be surprising that they encourage their child to act in ways that are bad and unnatural. Anything else would be total hypocrisy. And by the way, this is
Hold on, I gotta rewatch that. What?
Natural. And therefore, it shouldn't be surprising that they encourage their child to act in ways that are bad and unnatural. Anything else would be total hypocrisy.
This was fun for a little bit, but now it's just kind of boring because I know that he's just a homophobe. Like, there's no reasoning with him. There'd be no point in a conversation with him. Like, he has no reasoning for anything that he's saying. He's just a religious zealot and a homophobe. Like, that's all it is. And if you try to, like, poke and prod at it, it would go nowhere, because he'd just be like, well, I'm a man of God and I believe in God and I have faith in God, and these are the passages that I follow, and these are the passages that are bad in the Bible, but they actually have like these other meanings over here. Like, it's still in the Bible, so it's still sacred, but I don't follow that one. I follow this one, and you should follow it, and I'm gonna force you to follow it too at the threat of death. Like, that's all this is. Like, he's just a fundamentalist. There's no getting through to him.
Hypocrisy. And by the way, this is one reason why it ought to be illegal for same-sex couples to adopt children. It is incredibly wrong.
Wait, what?
Reason why it ought to be illegal for same-sex couples to adopt children. It is
okay. F you, dude. F off. It should be illegal for you to adopt a child. How about that? I don't want Christians adopting children. Christian love, yeah. F that. Patooey, I say. Patooey. Christian love. Oh, I love my child unless they are born with a penis and wear a tutu. Then I can smack them. Then I can whip them until they take off the tutu. F you. You don't deserve a child. Get out of here.
It is incredibly wrong to put a child in such a morally bankrupt and unnatural situation against their will that will inevitably have negative consequences. But we have yet another example. Many children grew up watching the show Arthur. It follows Arthur Reed as he goes through childhood life with his family and friends. Here's a clip in which he and his little friends attend their teacher's gay wedding. I'm starting to spot a theme here. Watch this.
We care for our teacher, and he deserves to be happy. To be with someone who is nice, kind, fun to be with.
Someone who likes him just the way he is. For all these reasons, we object to this union.
Yeah, would you rather leave your child with a gay couple or a Christian couple? Like, if you had to pick. I'm picking the gay couple. Honestly, I'll pick the gay couple. I'm not even kidding. That's not facetious. That's not sarcastic. That's not anything. I'm literally telling you guys, the only things that I know about these two couples are that one is straight and Christian and the other's gay. I'm leaving them with the gay couple.
The Frenskies, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Especially you. Nigel considers his students to be part of his family. I guess that makes us family too. Ooh.
Yeah. A little weird. They're f***ing animals. I can't. What? Oh, the boy, Aardvark here. The very obvious boy Aardvark here. I got news for you guys. Cartoon characters are like when they're furry or like this, right? When they're like weird anthropomorphic, whatever. Look at these two. Look here. Let me spell something out for you guys real quick. This is important. So we got a nice, lovely cishet couple here. Let's ruin this, shall we? Let's ruin this. Some of this. Bear with me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's happening? What's happening is I'm doing a terrible job, but you guys are starting to get the idea, right? Like, make this lady bald. Just make her bald. All you gotta do. Boom. Now it just looks like she has green hair. But you guys get the point. Look, if you just make her bald, right? Then she looks just like the husband. Close enough. Close enough. She looks just like the husband. If you squint your eyes, it looks like it. Blue-haired liberals. Yeah, I made her a blue-haired liberal. Like, put this character in a dress. Boom. Instant girl. Instant girl. Okay? I'm just saying.
So the messaging in this episode is particularly appalling. The children can be seen saying that their teacher deserves to marry his gay lover because, quote, he deserves to be happy. In fact, one of the children outright says that...
As opposed to a straight lover, by the way. Like, they always say gay lover because they have to emphasize the sex. Disgusting. What a pervert you are. Every time you see a gay couple, you have to think of how they have sex, how they... Disgusting, man.
If they do not support their teacher in this, then they are, quote, not caring for him. And the students are invited to the event because the teacher considers these small children in his class to be, quote, part of his family. This seems to be a very strange thing.
I thought that part was a little weird, but to be fair, I think it was played off as kind of weird. It's not like DW was particularly comfortable. It's just a joke. Look, she's like, my teacher's mom, like, it's supposed to be a little weird. Who cares?
Oftentimes, it's not the parents who introduce the children to
Why is he watching children's shows by himself to investigate if they're sexually perverted? That's a weird hobby. No, it's totally normal. It's totally normal to sit and watch kids shows. I promise. Which, by the way, if you do that, that's fine. I don't care. But, like, when you sit down here and, like, psychoanalyze what they're trying to do to the kids is where it gets weird, you know what I mean? Like, I'll even say it's kind of weird to just watch it in general. It's not made for your age category, man. Why are you watching it? You know? That was Francine, not DW. Oh, my bad. I got the female Aardvark characters mixed up. But thank you. Thank you, Queen Laura. I don't mean to be mean. What does he propose people do? Not be gay? Literally, yes. Yes, that is what he would have. Well, you know this, Roman Omen. Come on, you know this. Of course that's what he thinks.
This sinful behavior. It's the teachers. This reinforces a dangerous trend that I've seen lately, especially in public schools.
Yes.
We have hyper-leftist people, usually radicalized
the rainbow straps,
women who are going into early childhood education. And they consider it their job to have this abnormally close relationship with their students.
This is going to get teachers killed, by the way. Like, I know it hasn't happened yet, but, well, actually, no. You could argue that it has, because most school shootings are, I think, like 99.99% of them are done by right-wing extremists who believe this shit. So yeah, teachers have been killed over this.
One in which they teach the students about sexual freedom and adult topics, rather than letting the parents do this. 50 years ago, this would have been completely insane.
It's not an adult topic.
Because of course it is.
Gay people existing is not an adult topic. Shut up.
But you see, the sexual revolution has now made it into your child's local kindergarten class. That's how...
What's wrong here? It's a bra. Kids wear bras. What's wrong with this? And also, there's no kids in the background. This isn't for kids. This is not a kids gathering. This is a woman taking her bra off with a sweater on still, by the way.
How radical these people really are. And your small child, who is already incredibly impressionable, will be all the more ready to accept whatever their blue-haired feminist teacher says.
This person does not have blue hair, and this is literally a mockery of SJW done by a guy who is even more lame somehow than you.
That's what the kids do on all the shows that they watch. And the cycle goes on and on. But here's the real question. Why are these people doing this? And why are they doing it with such passion and effort? Why do they insist on cramming the LGBT agenda into little kiddie shows? What's the point? Well, first of all,
the point is, it doesn't matter if you're gay. That's the point. Oh, it's fine if a straight couple does it, but suddenly you pop a man in where the woman was, and now it's a problem. That's the point. Dense fuck, man. Just annoying.
I can't stress this enough.
Scum of the earth.
There is a very insidious, dark element to all of this. Many people don't want to acknowledge this, but I'll tell you straight up.
Unlike Christianity, which, reminder, they apparently are allowed to sell their daughters into sex slavery. Nothing dark here. Nothing dark going on here in their holy book. Mind you.
Some of these people actually have sexual preferences that would be illegal if they acted on them, if you catch my drift. I mean, think about it.
What?
100
What?
Preferences that would be illegal if they acted on them, if you catch my drift.
Oh, he's just doing the groomer
I mean,
shit.
think about it. 100 years ago, if you insisted on children needing to learn about same-sex unions...
Yeah. Yo, how about you go marry your cousin, okay? Like they did in the good old days. Your 14-year-old cousin that your uncle sells to you, like they do in the Bible. How about that? Go do the biblically accurate thing and get 300 concubines and sexually assault all of them. How about that? Because that's what your book says to do. So f off with your book, you disgusting pervert.
And watch two men kiss
as
early as preschool.
How dare you call other people
The whole world would have
perverts.
recognized
Sick
what
freak.
type of person wants to do that. Someone who is very dangerous to children. It's someone who clearly has gross intentions.
Yeah,
Simple
we're
as
the
that.
ones who's dangerous.
But the second reason they're doing this is because they know it works better than all the alternatives. 4-year-olds are not convinced by logical arguments or rational conversations. They are won over by stories. Heroes,
they're won
villains.
over by smacking them, right? Because that's a very common no-hate, like Christian love thing to do, is smack children and beat them into submission. You know, that's a thing that happens. If we're about protecting the children here, I'd like to address that. Let's not address the fact that, like, the Catholic Church has come under fire multiple times, recently even, for countless acts of sexual exploitation of minors. Like, none of it makes any sense. It's not that you're trying to protect kids. It's that you're trying to enforce your disgusting worldview onto everybody. Okay, nobody wants your worldview. If they did, you wouldn't have to make this shit.
Narratives, and the pagans know this. That's why they've taken over Hollywood. They know that more people are going to watch a blockbuster movie rather than listen to an expository sermon. So they put their worldview and their preaching, if you will, into their movies and use them to catechize the masses. And they also,
unlike the Christians, the Christians would never. Guys, you don't understand. They would never put any kind of indoctrination into their movies. The Christians don't do that. See, that's not a thing that they do. Certainly.
That having your child in their public schools for most of their daily life,
yeah, you like saying the
they
pagans.
Get to teach your kids whatever they want. So please, for the love of your children, get them out of public school as fast as you possibly can.
Isolate them.
Monitor your child's entertainment and don't let them watch this pagan garbage because it is going to hurt them.
Let's go.
We need to seek alternatives
Pagan
and create
garbage.
alternatives. Getting upset isn't going to do it by itself. Christians need to start production companies because there is a huge market for this. And if you know of any good moral kids TV shows, please let everyone...
Christian production companies suck ass at making movies. What's that one? Angel Studios? They made the one about the kid who goes to college and he's like, God is real, and then everybody stood up and clapped and the professor shit himself and left in tears. Like that's the shit that you guys make. Literal Reddit stories. Like, that's your movies.
Know in the comments section. Let's help each other out as a Christian community. And keep in mind that those who manipulate
there's not a huge market for it.
Will be punished severely.
Yeah, great point. If there were a huge market for it, they would already exist, dude, in greater numbers. They do exist. They're out there. I'm not saying they're not, but they would exist in far greater numbers. I'm just saying. Good point. I would really rather we don't use the word pagan, and it was and always is and always will be a derogatory term. So, if not pagan, what word should I use? I forget. I'm sorry. I've probably been told this, but I forget. I apologize. I guess it varies from, like, religion to religion, because paganism is, like, a broad term for any non-Christian or non-Abrahamic. Okay, gotcha.
on the day of judgment, as Jesus himself said.
I got another one. Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a great millstone were hung around his neck and he were thrown into the sea. See, he's not afraid to show that one. That one's fine for kids. That one's fine. That's good and normal. That's fine. Kids can read that. No, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Said in Mark 9:42. So parents, stand strong and defend your children for God's glory. Please pray for this channel and for anyone mentioned in the video. And check out the ministries linked in the description. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and subscribe to our Rumble
This
channel.
guy's funny.
And these are the amazing people who make this channel possible.
Oh. Take a minute to look at the losers here. Yeah, that was funny. This guy's great. I'm tempted to just make a second channel to start subscribing to these morons and keep up with their videos. It'd be fun. Not much more to add to that. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.